What is going on, preppers? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing very well today. Economic Prepper here. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd love to have you guys a part of the family. A lot of things going on, you guys. A lot of things going on. I hope you guys are prepared. Hope that you guys are prepping from all aspects. I'm not just talking about your pantry. I'm not just talking about canning your goods and making sure you've got generators and fuel, gasoline, diesel. A lot of changes are coming down the pipeline, and frankly, I'm a little bit concerned. I'm an optimist, to be honest with you, so if I'm a little bit concerned, then let's just say, my limits of comfort have possibly been breached. Got some news that I want to share with you guys, and I want to ask you guys some questions. So first of all, have you ever tried to return anything at Walmart or Amazon in the last, let's just say, 3 to 6 months, and either Walmart or Amazon told you that, hey, you don't have to ship it back, you can just keep the product? Comment down below. Got some concerns that were brought to my attention about the stability of the retail market, and many of the big retailers may be affected by this. Walmart, Target, Costco, maybe not Costco, Walmart, Target, Sam's Club, possibly Amazon. There are a lot of shipments that are coming in that were ordered over a year ago, and the container yards, the shipyards are finally getting these products out to the retail stores. Many of these stores are heavily discounting these products as a result of finally getting what they ordered, but due to limited capacity in the stores, a lot of these stores are literally just trying to give the product away because I have nowhere to put it. A lot of these stores are also, if it's an ordered item, like if you ordered it online, a lot of these stores are basically saying, hey, just keep the product, here's a refund. I'm hearing this more and more. I'm not saying this is happening for everyone, but you guys let me know what you guys are seeing in your areas. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a different kind of discussion today. It's not related to food per se, but it kind of is related to food. And we're going to go ahead and get into this. So recent news has come out, Roe versus Wade and Roe v. Wade, and there's been a lot of mixed opinions on this content. Now, since Roe v. Wade came out, some changes have already happened. Now, you got to wonder, what was the real push behind this? Okay. Now, before I go into this, preppers, I'm a prepper mainly from an economic standpoint, because I recognize that so much of our life and our economy revolves around economy. But that's not the only kind of prepping. You want to prep from multiple perspectives. Part of prepping is being hip to what is going on, investing in your mind and researching and reading and putting events together and understanding what could possibly come down the pipeline. It says here that since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade and left the right to safe and legal abortions up to states, access to contraception has become a more pressing issue than ever for Americans of childbearing age. News has come out that Walgreens, Amazon, and I want to say it was even CVS, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but a number of these companies, these stores, these retail stores are limiting how many Plan B pills that can be purchased. Okay, now that's a big deal. They're rationing Plan B pills. You gotta wonder why are they doing this, right? Now, I've got my assumptions on why they may be doing this. I'd love to hear from you guys, of course. But the ramifications behind this, I think they run deep. And so let's just think about this for a second, right? So they're rationing how many of these pills you can purchase. So what's going to happen is that this is more likely going to drive up the number of unplanned pregnancies. Okay, that's one thing. That's probably also going to drive up the stockpiling of this particular product. People are going to realize, hey, kind of like, any other scarce resource. Oh, we're just going to go ahead and stockpile this. We're going to make sure that we have enough to not have to worry about running out. We'll stockpile, fill the shelves up with these products, just like you'd stockpile any other kind of, item that you might want to prep with. But what's going to happen if companies are not able to sell as many as they used to sell? It's going to impact their bottom lines. It's going to impact their earnings per share. Companies that are producing this particular product, they're not going to send as many to the shores, and they're not going to send as many to the stores to sell because they know that they're going to be limited. Many of these retail stores are rationing the purchasing of these particular products. So then the companies that produce them, they're going to realize, well, let's just make fewer of them because we're not able to sell as many as we used to sell because the retail stores are basically blocking that from happening. So what could happen is people could stockpile them and attempt to resell them to people who can't get access to them because they're being rationed. That's another thing that could happen. Well, what happens when the companies that make these products say to themselves, hey, we're not making as much money as we used to make because we can't sell as many because the stores are rationing the product that we make. We're just going to end this product line. It's not as profitable for our business, for our corporation as it used to be. We'll reallocate those assets to other products that make us more money. That's what some of these companies could do. I mean, it's just a simple business decision. It's going to be basic mathematics, and they may just look at it like, hey, this isn't profitable anymore. It's not worth doing. It's not worth selling. Take it off the shelves. Take it out of manufacturing. Take it out of production. But what happens if this spills even further into all sorts of maybe birth control? Maybe they say, hey, we're not gonna have birth control, or maybe there are future plans to limit birth control usage. What could happen? I mean, there would be tons of unplanned pregnancies, and for a lot of situations, it could be bad. For some people, they may think that this is a good thing. Some people may think it's a bad thing. I won't say whether it's here nor there, but it makes you wonder, what is the underlying reason for this? Now, if you look at things, Social Security, for example, I just pulled up the Social Security Administration website here. This is just the SSA Social Security Administration website. It says here, the future financial status of the Social Security program. The concepts of solvency, sustainability, and budget impact are common in discussions of Social Security, but are not well understood. Pay attention to what I'm about to read here to you guys. Currently, the Social Security Board of Trustees projects that the program costs to rise by 2035, so that taxes will be enough to pay for only 75% of the scheduled benefits. Now, I'm actually going to pull up a different reading of this of this information here. This is coming from Google. I want to read this one to you very quickly, and we're going to discuss this. According to the 2022 annual report of the Social Security Board of Trustees, the surplus in the trust funds that disperse retirement, disability, and other Social Security benefits will be depleted by 2035. That's 1 year later than the trustees projected in their 2021 report. What we're seeing is that the Social Security Administration is effectively only able to pay 100% of the benefits up until 2035. And so Social Security is basically going to become insolvent within a period of roughly 15 years. Would it really shock me to think that the government might say, hey, we need more people paying into the Social Security program because we're going to run out of money soon? So what better way to create more funds for the Social Security program to be able to sustain itself for a longer period of time than to have more people, more employees, more workers paying into the system. Well, where are we going to get these workers from? I got it. What if we eliminate Planned Parenthood? What if we eliminate people's ability to not procreate? What if we just expand how many people are creating by removing Plan B pills, by removing different forms of abortion, perhaps, or not abortion, but birth control, and of course, banning states from doing abortions altogether. This could collectively drastically increase the population, which eventually this population of babies will grow into adults who will then be, many of them, employees to bigger companies, corporations, create businesses of their own and whatnot. They will then hire employees, and there will be more tax collected to pay into the Social Security program to keep the program going. Just a thought. Just a thought that I wanted to share with you guys. This is where it could go, but at the same time, this sudden boom over time of population could easily bring us right back to a food shortage into the future. I mean, you know, just imagine that certain pregnancy prevention things are in place and they suddenly go away. And then all of a sudden our population expands to a rapid degree. And what do you think is going to happen to the food supply? That could get really interesting. You think that we've experienced food shortages in the past, and you think that we're seeing any form of rationing going on at this time? Can you imagine 15, 20 years into the future, and you know, an increase in the population to the extent of, I don't know, 10%, 5-10% population boom going forward? I mean, just think about how many resources are already pegged right now. We've already experienced a taste of empty shelves, food shortages. We've experienced a taste of fuel shortages and energy shortages. I mean, look at the West. Rolling blackouts to attempt to curtail the utilization of energy just to keep the energy grid from completely collapsing in and of itself, in on itself. But imagine that the demand of the energy utilization increased exponentially, because the demand of energy usage is already growing year over year. Now, what if that growth curve went from like something like this to something like this? Energy companies can barely keep up with current demand, and this is before EV vehicles and electric vehicles dominate the market. This is before we fully go all green and fully on clean energy, and this is before the real demand hits the energy grid. I'm just saying, guys, we got to prepare. It's very interesting to watch this thing develop. This is an ever-evolving situation. I wanted to share this with you guys because I've been thinking about this today, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Like, where do you think that we're headed with this? What do you think that the overall objective is with everything that I discussed today? Drop me some comments down below. I love to read your comments. You guys are very smart. You're also very insightful, and I like to hear the different perspectives that you guys have on these things that I'm thinking about. So hit me up in the comments down below. A lot of you guys reached out to me in the previous videos. We were talking about creating different additional streams of income, whether it's through a side hustle or creating a small business, or maybe doing some kind of ride sharing, maybe Walmart Spark, There's a number of different ways that you can create additional streams of income, and a lot of you guys have reached out to me. I wanted to just, you know, shout out to you guys and say, hey, thank you. I read your comments and your responses, because as we move forward, we're going to move more and more to a society where we're forced to increase our income. And having a side hustle, having a small business on the side in addition to your full-time job may be a requirement just to make ends meet. So I just wanted to continue to bring insightful information to you guys. I want to share with you guys any information and opportunities that I think can help you guys out in your preps, in your prepping, and in your survival. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys got some value out of this video. Drop me a like if you haven't already, and consider subscribing to the channel. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Take care.